I'm JanaLee Corato. My son is Jake Corato. He's 16 years old, and we have been coming to Aspire for 8 weeks. We noticed Jake had a speech impediment, and he had been in speech for years, since he was 3 years old, and we never got to where we thought his speech needed to be. At 15, people still couldn't understand him and thought that he had an accent. Often asked if he was from Britain, which didn't make sense since we lived in Texas. His speech was just off, but I didn't know why. So we brought him to Dr. Marler, and Dr. Marler was able to identify it immediately. He noticed that Jake had a paralysis on the left side of his body that we as his parents had not noticed. And we found it really coming through his speech because his mouth on the left did not operate the way it did on the right. And his tongue on the left did not operate as it did on the right. And this was affecting his speech. Dr. Marler was able to identify that and is helping him with strengthening those muscles and moving them in the way that he needs to produce the correct sound. Dr. Marler tries very hard to help me to understand how to help my child. Fortunately, I guess Dr. Marler is much smarter than I am, and I find that often I'm just nodding in agreement because my brain does not operate at the same level Dr. Marler's does, but he is very patient. He answers all my questions, and I never walk out frustrated. I think more than anything, probably because Jake is 16, Jake understands what's going on and understands what he needs to do to help himself. And Dr. Marler has pulled out all of his arsenal, so to speak, to help Jake. Dr. Marler is always accessible to my questions, and I find that even if Dr. Marler can't answer something in a very quick manner, then Cheryl will take care of me. Cheryl at Aspire has been a wonderful support for our family and always gets us what we need. We appreciate that Dr. Marler has hired such a wonderful staff member to help him with his patients. Aspire has been very supportive. They've met my entire family. They've seen how Jake falls into place as the middle of 3 sons. He's taken time to get to know Jake's relationship with me and his father, and they're very caring to how all this is working for our family.